You're watching Pyro Media Network.
Thank you for tuning in. If this is your first time joining us, welcome. We hope your experience is fruitful. Please feel free to visit our website to find out how you can join our growing family. While we are loading your experience, please do us a quick favor and hit that like button from whichever platform you're watching or listening on. Also, share so others may enjoy as well. And we hope you would consider hitting that subscribe or follow button so you can check out more of our amazing content. Alright, let's start the show.
Hey everybody, this is your boy, Uncle Walter, aka Walt B, aka that nigga. Just here, getting ready to have this amazing conversation with my good sis. Manon, how you doing today?
Oh my gosh, I am doing so well. Walter, you know I'm in school. I'm trying to get my life right?
Yeah.
Trying to go for those coins and be able to make some power moves with decisions in this world.
The coin.
So I finished a class yesterday.
This is good news.
Inching closer to that degree. So I have some peace of mind today. I got me some last night. Bless the name.
Oh, we
So
thank God.
not only do I feel free in the mind, but my whole body is really free. Okay.
Well, but we thank God.
Open and ready. Hey. How are you?
I'm doing great. I am doing great. Went to court last week, and I really thought something devastating was going to happen. I'm dealing with this legal situation. I thought something devastating was going to happen because I tend to tell the truth, and I don't like other people tend to lie, and they're okay with that. But at the end of the day, I want to be able to sleep, at night, and I would lose sleep telling, little petty, idiotic lies. But the judge was able to see clear past and through the bullshit.
Okay.
And girl, I got him out of there unscathed. I said, won't he do it?
Okay.
Won't he do it?
Hey.
Won't he do it? I say, ain't he all right? So yeah, I'm just so excited. It's been like a weight lifted off my shoulder. I don't know if you've ever had a chapter truly close in your life. It feels like that chapter is truly closed, and now I'm completely about faced, ready to go into the next chapter of my whole life. And I'm just so excited about it.
So you got away with tearing up that car?
I got away with that repo. No, I'm just playing.
Don't break up with Walter. Don't do that.
Right. Yes, the door is closed.
Anytime you got to go to court, it's like something about it just feel like you about to be put in chains. It just something is giving. I don't have a right in this space, and it's just so like anxiety feeling. don't even matter why you're going. It could just be for a parking ticket. It's just, they're going to ask something.
For me, it's always difficult, especially if it's just for like traffic tickets or whatever, that's fine. But anytime we have to litigate and explain, I'm always concerned with the other party, because you never know the lies they're going to come up with and how people play on shit. You just don't never know. I hate being in that situation altogether. I don't even like when people call me as a witness in court. I just be like, I don't want to do it. I don't. You both are wrong. No, I'm just playing. But yeah, there's that. But this week we have an amazing show planned, and we have an awesome guest, you all, that's going to join us. My uncle, Kyrie. Now, I just want to say this. He is, in my opinion, an example to younger gays. I don't think he would mind me calling him a more mature gay. if he do mind it, y'all don't. He has no issue reading the fuck out of me on about that. But he has a good balance of spirituality, Black culture, history, and then he he articulates himself very well. I came in contact with him here on the Pyro Media Network when he had his show, Candid Conversations. And then I fell in love with his personality from there, and I follow him on TikTok and just about every other platform. He recently graduated from school again. He furthered his education because he's a smart guy. But I want you all to welcome my uncle, Kyrie Sinaj.
Wow.
Hey.
Hey, everybody. I need to take you on the road for the intro.
you know. How you been, Unc?
Thank you. Myzz B. Oh, you changed your name?
Yeah, Bay, yeah. Myzz Bay, yeah.
Myzz Bay, okay.
How you been, Uncle?
Good. I cannot complain. Good. How about you all? How y'all doing?
Doing great.
Much better.
Great.
Oh, good. Hey, Dr. Hope. Hey, everybody in the audience. Hey, how y'all doing?
From you tonight.
Great. So we got a few things we're going to discuss, and we definitely want your input on these things, Unc.
Okay. And no, wait, before you go, I know I do not mind you saying I'm a more mature gay. I always say that I'm seasoned.
Okay.
Yeah.
There we go. Okay. All right. All right. So we have our class and our ass of the week. All right. For every positive, there's a negative. For every negative, there's a positive. And there can be no forward movement without both, right? And a lot of people love to just focus on the positive, but you got to be able to recognize what's negative as well. So we're just going to take a quick look at the class of the week. This week, the class of the week is Craig the Writer Stewart.
Okay.
He is an accomplished author. He and his friend T.S. Madison now have a show on YouTube called Fag Talk. Now that's PHAGTAWK, Fag Talk, popular hot ass gossip, right? Of course, playing on the word that has been used to demean and and belittle us forever. Now, not only is Craig an author, but he is an activist. He is a playwright. I've read his first book. I didn't read the rest. I'm thinking about going to get the rest, but the first book was very good. He is an accomplished gay. So we definitely want to celebrate him, and he is for forward movement. The thing that stands out for me, and I don't do either of you know Craig, the writer. Are you aware of his work?
Yes. I read his book.
Okay. The thing I like about him now, and this iteration of him, because he's matured. If you read his book, you can tell, you see how far he's come. He communicates the gay lifestyle, but he still has a standard, you know, of what it is to be gay and what it is to be gay and have morals. Not an uppity gay that judges other people, but a gay that, you know, is willing to stand on morals or stand on business, so to speak. Right. You have any input that you'd like to give tonight?
No, I think Craig is funny. He's smart. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I love his personality.
Absolutely.
And you've introduced him to me, just having him on this week as the class. So I looked up some of his stuff, and I intend to get plugged in.
Absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, you'll love a lot of his stuff. Now, our ass of the week is gay comedian Gerard Carmichael.
Yeah.
Okay, what? So does anybody over here know why he's the ass of the week?
I was curious because I actually like him as a comedian. So what's up?
I do, but he has this joke where, you know, because he dates white men.
Hey.
And he has this joke where he is referring to his white boyfriend as his master, and he's talking to him as a slave. And he does this joke, and he alone thinks it's funny. The audience doesn't. Now, of course, the point of comedy, of course, is to make the audience laugh, right? But he is laughing. And then now he's on a tour where he is trying to explain the joke and cause it to be funny, but it's not landing well. It's not landing well. And for me, it just further solidifies in my mind why I couldn't date out my race, especially not with a white individual, because for me, to them, all we are is fetishes. But I digress. Any input?
Right.
Anybody?
Well, I gotta hear the joke to actually like really dive in on the joke. I don't know what it is, but it's like I was talking to one of my clients today, and I have predominantly European clients just because of the nature of the situation. And my conversation with her was that we need to start having more open conversations between cultures and ethnicities, because there's so many question marks and there's so many assumptions and there's so many misunderstandings. And so I personally don't outside my race. I wouldn't. That's not my intentions. I love everything chocolate.
Oh yeah.
But I do feel like if you have the freedom and the comfortability to be able to interact with other cultures the same way you would interact within your own, then I feel like that's a bonus to you being open with who you are and accepting other people. I don't think these barriers need to remain. You know, everybody I feel like should date whoever they feel does it for them.
Okay. So real quick, production let me know that they actually have the video of the joke. So we can all be equally disgusted. Yeah, because he's definitely the ass of the week for the joke. Go ahead and play that video when you're ready, production.
I sometimes joke to him that like our relationship is like that of like a slave and the master son who like teaches me how to read by candlelight. Yeah, he groans too because he's a good person. He doesn't like that fucking joke. I like that joke. That's my burden. I think that shit's hilarious.
Yeah. So his boyfriend is the slave owner who is teaching him how to read by candlelight. He doesn't even get a chuckle from me. I would sit up there. I would probably would have just looked at him like that's the face I probably would have been making right there. That one. What are your thoughts on this, Uncle Kai?
Yeah.
Well, okay. Let me address the straights who the conscious community who came on and was like, well, they have Gerard Carmichael is now having a what do you call it? Some type of ritual, humiliation ritual. Let me school you out. There is a community. There is a community for Black gays and Black heterosexual women who are into race play. It's what they're into. And I believe that's what he's into. I don't get it. I don't understand it. I don't get it, but it ain't for me to get it understand.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, but he gets off on being humiliated. Now he did say that. He said that himself. He gets off on being humiliated.
That's weird. That's well, you know what? I can't yuck nobody else's yum, I guess. It's just something I wouldn't do. That's something I wouldn't do. Certain jokes, if certain things are said with me, if certain lines are crossed, we have crossed the line from fucking to fighting. I'm sorry. Certain things are done. It's like, oh, well, you've definitely crossed the line there. So now we are officially fighting. We're no longer fucking.
I don't know. I'm more like, so I'm a huge Dave Chappelle fan for all the right reasons. And so there are a lot of like racy things, not just racy because of the content, but also racy because of the interracial things that he discusses. He is very big on not removing people's right to speak and say things that are funny to them, right? And comedy being, as he says, one of the last forms of free speech. So for me, it may not be a joke that I would write, but it's a joke that he was comfortable writing and telling. And I feel like, again, this is something between him and the person that he is with. So there's some form of intimacy there. There's some sort of fun that's there, you know, whether he likes to be demeaned or not. I feel like there's certain things like people just have to stop being so sensitive about it.
I don't think this is one of them. I'm just not on board with this. So now, do I think he needs to be canceled? No. You know, he in my book, he just solidified that I would probably never go to a Gerard Carmichael comedy show because that's not the kind of comedy.
It's not even probably for me.
Right. That's just not the comedy that I want to indulge in. You know, I won't cancel somebody, but they definitely won't get my between $20 and $100.
Right. For it.
I mean, did y'all watch Boondocks? Were y'all Boondocks people?
I was a Boondocks person.
Absolutely.
Yes.
So Uncle Ruckus, he was one of the key people who didn't like the niggas.
But see, he
was funny to me.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
That's Gerard.
That character had all kind of things to say about black people.
He did, but it was funny.
Now I did like Gerard. I did like Gerard's comedy show that used to be on NBC.
Yeah, I liked his sitcom as well.
When Loretta Devine was his mother, and David Alan Grier was dad. I did like that show.
I liked it as well.
Yeah, I did like that show.
I liked it as well. Well, there you all have it. Our class and our ass of the week. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I'm curious though.
Yeah,
what's the line for y'all?
The line for me?
Yeah, what's the line? What's the line? Like, because I'm talking about Uncle Ruckus and now Gerard. What's the line in comedy when it comes to racial statements?
So I don't have. I think comedy. I'm old school. I think comedy is comedy. If it's funny, it's funny. I mean, like I love Dave Chappelle. I like George Carlin, Richard Pryor. But see, nowadays you can't say too much.
Right.
Everyone's sensitive. Everyone is super sensitive. But that's what cracks about this generation. And I just said this on TikTok. All y'all that's under 40, y'all love to talk more shit than a laxative, but then you get sensitive on the other end.
Period.
You can't have it both ways.
That part. Absolutely.
Yeah.
So for me, the difference between Gerard Carmichael and Uncle Ruckus, they were obviously making him see. You could obviously see they were making him look like an idiot. They were literally showing how stupid he sound. You know. To see that in real life, in real time, and someone actually be that delusional is a little off-putting for me. So that's just something, again, I don't want this brother canceled. I'm not going to throw him away. It's just something I won't support.
Right. I don't cancel anybody. But yeah.
Right, because I feel like it's my choice. If I don't like something, I'm just not gonna support it. But don't do your thing. Get your money, boo.
Right.
So,
I mean, his comedy is okay, but the race play thing, I think that's a bit much.
For me, it would. It's a deal breaker for me.
Yeah.
All right. So there you have it.
You know, but it's on both sides, you know, because there are some white people that in the race play, but they bring it from a white guilt standpoint. They do the opposite. It's crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's not something I could get into. I just couldn't.
Yeah.
So there you have it. Our class and our ass of the week. Class of the week is Craig the Writer Stewart. Ass of the week is Gerard Carmichael. There you have it. Have these conversations, whether you agree or disagree with us. Remember, these are conversation starters. Uncle Ruckus was a cartoon character to a show. Where did that go? Uncle Ruckus. So Kwame Speaks Official on YouTube says, Uncle Ruckus was a cartoon character to a show. What a coon looks like. But Gerard Carmichael's race play joke was a little much. Gerard is a real human being and supposed to be one of us. Absolutely. Those are the words that were taken directly out of my mouth. Thank you, Kwame Speaks. All right, so we're moving right along to the next portion of the show, which is just a peek. We're going to take just a peek into society, just a peek into pop culture. Now, for those of you that don't know, tonight we're talking about turned out. The phrase turned out. Is this really a thing, or is this just an excuse that people use? Is being turned out a reality, or is this an excuse? You ever heard the phrase, that boy went over there and they turned him out? Oh, they don't punk that boy, they don't punk that girl, you know, and you know, those of us who are in the community, we'll get to that conversation in a minute. But I picked these stories because I wanted people to see why people are so scared just to walk and stand in their truth. Because people like to, if you listen to some people, they think, oh, they over there, they're gay. So they just, you know, all carefree. Everybody defends the gays. Everybody comes to the gays' defense. And that is just not accurate. The first thing we're going to talk about is USA reports that across the country, America, something like 5% of the adults here in America are actually gay. A little over 5% of adults are gay. Now that's up. That's an increase from previous years. So I think we're seeing here is more people are comfortable stating that they're gay.
Yeah. It's more than that.
Right.
For sure.
Absolutely. Come through, Diana. I think more people are more comfortable stating that they're gay. They feel safe. And here's a true story. I'm at work, right? And most places, in most situations, I would have to tell you that I'm gay. You can't just watch me and be like, that's a gay man. Well, I mean, the longer I'm out, the more easier it's becoming to spot me. But typically, I would have to tell you something. So at work, they're having these conversations and they're throwing around the FAG word like it's candy, right? That FAG, oh my God, these sissies and these this and these that. You know, would you let a man do this to you? Would you let a man do that to you? And I started laughing because he looks at me and he goes, I could look at you and tell you would never let a man do such and such and such to you. And I was thinking, like, wait a minute, he was doing that to me last weekend at the house. You know, of course, you know, I didn't say anything because I do like my job and I want to remain paid. I've been homeless. Don't want to do that again. Yes, Dr. Holt, I'm gay. I come out once a week, for those of you that don't know.
Oh, wow.
It's more parties that way.
Right, yes. So it's still not, even though we're able to come, wait.
Lies coming out your face.
Yeah. Even though
some keys,
even though the lifestyle is fun, and I have experienced love in the gay community, I've also experienced other shit. You know, I'm an overweight gay man, so I've experienced other shit. But the people, my tribe, have been loving, giving, supportive. But outside of that, this world still is not welcoming to a gay man or a gay woman. What are your thoughts on this, Kwame?
Uncle Kai, what are your thoughts?
Well, my thought is I agree with you that you have to find your tribe. And the world is not welcoming. But what I hate the most is our community is not welcoming to us. We are, when it comes to the Black community, gays are the cousins that you don't want to see coming.
Right.
That's how they treat us. But we all are one. I wish that's what we can get. I wish that's a part of my brand. I try to make people see we all are one.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. We're not a different kind of Black because we're gay. We're still
right.
Black. Absolutely.
I think for me, I have been actually sitting back thinking about going back to the spaces and people that I've been away from since I have come out. And part of me is still terrified, right? Because even though I'm good with me and the people that are in my everyday life, they're good with me, you know, I still understand that some of those individuals are not going to be open and receptive to me. Like my, you know, still working on my family members, right? And so the world is still not accepting of us. That is very true. It doesn't matter whether you are a Black gay woman or a Black gay man. If you identify as anything in the LGBTQA plus group, we are still not openly welcome and accepted everywhere. And so kind of it reminds me of when Black people have to tell each other safe places to travel to. You know, the gays, we still have to have our systems, right? Go to that side of town, not the other side of town. It's still prevalent. And so I hope that the more people continue to talk and be open and we continue to make these connections with each other and continue to be the people that we can be, showing love and being connected in a community, and being those who actually take care of our neighbors, you know, just being those great people that we are. It will help other people come out the closet so that when they join us, because that percentage I'm sure is hella high. And people lying. But you know, it'll also give us more opportunities to show ourselves to individuals who have all these stigmas against us. You know,
absolutely
right. And I wish we could get to a point where everybody's comfortable to come out. Cause like I have guys ask me, how do I do it? You know, be myself. I'm like, I ain't gonna lie, it's a cakewalk. But I just don't care what people think.
Right.
But I'm also seeing how some dudes who I used to be friends with on social media are now free. They used to be closeted. And I knew they cheat, but now they are just free. I'm like, I'm loving it. I'm like, yes.
Yeah. So I'm definitely in some people's life, I'm definitely one of those people because I was pastor. I think I always testify. I was pastor, church, spoke in tongues more than you all. But like now, like I've had family members ask me, am I okay mentally? They want to submit me for a mental checkup because because I've gone so drastic to the left. And I told them, you know, I won't be showing up for a mental checkup because I'm fine. But I'm definitely, you know, we definitely can have a conversation.
Yeah. And I mean, because I want people, this is another maybe y'all could do one day. But I want people to know that you can have your beliefs and still be gay.
Absolutely.
I saw this video of this young lady on TikTok. She did this whole Yale University dissertation how you cannot, it's impossible to be gay and a Christian. And I'm like, no.
Right.
You can, no, it's your belief system.
Yeah.
But she was saying no, and she's like, and these gay pastors is all just wrong. I was like, oh my God.
The fact that you found literature to do a research paper is interesting to me. But
and to break it down on TikTok.
Oh,
absolutely. But so I like that you're saying that. I think that this new emergence of people, and we're getting ready to take a commercial break. This new emergence of people being brave enough to come out is because they're not only voices that speak out strong, like Uncle Kyrie just said, against it, but we have now found voices who are able to articulate very well and intelligent, in an intelligible way, that you can be Christian and gay, you can be Muslim and gay, and I think the more we support and amplify those voices, I think we're going to see people stepping into their truth a lot more. Well, we're getting ready to go to commercial break. When you see these companies, support. Don't just watch them, but support them. All right, go ahead and take us away, Kwame, and we'll be right back after these messages.
Elevate your entertainment with Watch Vim. Discover the ultimate online streaming destination. Get an auto-renewing monthly subscription for unlimited content on all devices. Join us in supporting a Black-owned streaming platform that brings top-tier entertainment. Let the streaming excitement begin at Watch Vim, your seamless experience for endless entertainment. Stream online or download the Watch Vim app now.
Are you ready for enlightening conversations that transcend boundaries? Get ready for Conversations with Clergy, brought to you by the HIV Vaccine Trials Network. In partnership with the world's largest publicly funded international collaboration, the HVTN is dedicated to evaluating vaccines to prevent HIV and COVID-19, but their impact doesn't stop there. The HVTN is at the forefront of advancing vaccinology, social and behavioral sciences, statistics, immunology, and even contributing to the research on tuberculosis and COVID-19 vaccines. By supporting Conversations with Clergy, the HVTN not only brings you thought-provoking discussions, but also contributes to the global effort to combat infectious diseases. Tune in, stay informed, and be a part of the change. Conversations with Clergy, supported by the HVTN, empowering conversations, empowering lives. Join us in this journey of knowledge, understanding, and progress. Conversations with Clergy, proudly brought to you by the HIV Vaccine Trials Network, because together we can make a difference.
Know that you can now catch the electrifying sounds of Bulletin Flight Radio anywhere you go? Yes, you heard it right. Tune in to the high-flying beats and soaring melodies by downloading the TuneIn app on your mobile device. Just search for Bulletin Flight Radio and hit play. It's that easy. And if you have a smart device like Alexa or Google, just say, "Hey Google," or "Alexa, play Bulletin Flight Radio on TuneIn." Experience the rush of adrenaline wherever you are. Listen to Bulletin Flight Radio on TuneIn using your Alexa or Google devices. Soaring through the skies has never sounded this good. Don't miss out on the ultimate musical journey. Tune in now to Bulletin Flight Radio on TuneIn and let the music take you on an unforgettable ride. Get ready to elevate your listening experience. Brought to you by Bulletin Flight Radio.
All right. Listen, Linda. Listen. Tonight we're having an amazing conversation. The phrase turned out. They turned that boy out. They turned that girl out. That boy went to the church and the church turned him out. Is that a reality? or is that an excuse? They would use that term to scare me from engaging with certain singers when I was younger. Because for those of you that don't know, Uncle Kyrie, from what I hear, is a choir director extraordinaire. And that comes from my big bro, DJ. He said you wasn't nothing to play with when it came to directing the choir. You're muted, You're muted. Oh.
All right. I actually know DJ, but yeah, that was many years ago.
Oh.
Many years ago.
But they used to try to scare me to stay away, and they did for years, to stay away from certain singers because they carry that spirit on them and they'll turn you out. And the next thing you know, you'll be switching and you'll be having a bend in your wrist, and you'll be all the while, all of them are whispering behind my back that I'm gay, but then they're trying to convince me not to hang out with them because they're gay. Messy church shit.
Sometimes they were gay.
Baby, listen.
They didn't know what they meant.
That was the prophetic word right there.
Okay.
So we wanted to talk tonight. Turned out, is it a reality or is it just an excuse? So y'all know how I do. I like definitions. So for the purpose of this conversation, can anyone come up with a working definition of what it means to be turned out?
Well, I was turned out last night about 1:30 a.m.
She turned you out, or what? Or were y'all both turning each other?
It was turning each other. That's the definition I like. No, so I think being turned out means someone has opened up. Oh, they got you to bite the apple. So you bit the apple. Your eyes have now been open to a world that you would have never tapped into had you not bit the apple, because they said bite the apple anime.
You taste the goodness of the biscuit. All right.
So you were heavily influenced.
Heavily influenced. Okay. Heavily influenced. I would like to say that for the context of which we're talking about, I think they're saying that someone turned you gay.
Yeah, they are.
You weren't gay, but they turned you. They made you gay. That spirit. What was that? That transference of spirit jumped off of them and jumped onto you. And I know some of you like everything ain't got to do with the church. I was raised in the church, so that's the only thing I can really, communicate. And believe it or not, that has had a big effect on the Black community. Yeah. Now, in terms of someone turning you gay, I'm going to just open up and say that I think that that's complete BS. I think that we are born gay, and I think that we just have a hard time accepting the fact that we're gay because of society.
Now, do you think that's men and women?
So I want to say that I think that it's easier for women to be lesbian than it is for a guy to be gay. Now, I want to qualify these. I'm sorry, go ahead on.
I think it's more accepted.
Right. Now I want to qualify these. A feminine presenting lesbian, it's easier for them.
Yeah.
A more masculine presenting lesbian, now I've seen it be a little rough for them. Yeah. And I want to say a masculine presenting gay man, it's easier than a more feminine presenting gay man.
Okay.
I agree.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay.
I agree.
All right. So turned out, I have been asked this question, when did you get turned out? And I'm like, I really wasn't turned out. And I'm going to be honest. I knew I was gay at like 5 or 6, if I'm going to be honest. If I'm going to be completely honest. I had a crush on a guy. I didn't know what it was. I just thought I'd like to play with this particular. But looking back, hindsight is always 20/20. that's what it was, And then growing up in life, that was just something I had to continue to silence in my life. Has anyone on this screen been turned out?
I wasn't turned out. Yeah. I think very early on, I remember my discomfort with males. But because of course, socialization, that boys are who I thought I was supposed to like, and I was supposed to be friendly with them, and I was supposed to let them touch my legs, and so, but I always had a discomfort with them. It wasn't really until middle school where I started to actually see girls that I was interested in at first. Because I didn't know what it was, but I was interested. I was like, oh, I like how she smiled at me. It'd be those thoughts. But high school, I knew I liked girls. That's when I knew it was this luscious dancer, and she came twirling in with her beautiful LA energy. Came in with that beautiful LA energy, and I just knew. I said, I like her. That's the one. But I was too shy and too afraid and too disciplined to say yes.
Right. But all you got to do is say yes.
Oh boy.
Oh yeah.
I probably would have been kicked out.
Me too. Me too.
I would have been swimming and been in trouble.
I knew, I knew. Well, I didn't know what it was then, but by the time I got to junior high school, I knew what it wasn't then. So I had my first boyfriend. I was 12, he was 13, and we were together for 3. Yeah, we were together for 3 years.
Okay.
Until he moved away. That was the only thing that broke us up. Yeah.
Okay, I think that is dope. So I never knew that, Unc. Now, for me, so no, I was never turned out. I just gradually began to know what it was. It's funny you mentioned middle school. I remember middle school, a guy kept looking at me, pointing at me and saying, "You're bisexual. You're bisexual." And at the time, at the time, I just knew I wasn't supposed to be anything but straight. So I was like, "No, I'm not. No, I'm not." We ended up getting into a fist fight, and I whooped him. But
he probably liked you.
As we grew up, we ended up going to high school together, and we did a little flirting in high school. He's now gay. I'm gay. We talk to each other on TikTok. It's just funny.
See?
Yeah. But yeah, so this thing about being turned out, it's really difficult for people to accept the truth. One of the reasons is because, again, the wider of society does not allow it. And it's things like this. In 2024, 2023, 2024, there are still laws being made in the world against being homosexual. Are you all aware of the bill or the law that was passed in Ghana?
Yeah.
To make it illegal. It's actually illegal to be gay in Ghana.
And it's illegal to be friends or not to tell.
It's right. It's illegal to support, to console, to help. It is horrible. And so you say this is in Africa. It has nothing to do with America. When you look at the history of their mentality towards homosexuals, American senators and lawmakers actually went over there and provoked this. Go ahead, on.
No, I'm saying, yep, I was agreeing.
Oh, they went over there and they actually provoked this ideology over here in this nation. And so, as Uncle Kyrie was saying, it is not only illegal to be gay, it's illegal for you to support or to help, to house, to console, to comfort, to counsel a gay person. Now, because of this, I think this is what leads to a lot of the unhealthy practices that still exist within the gay community. Because we don't have a long-standing history of being able to be publicly out there with our love, our lover, our mate, our person. We've had to sneak. We've had to hide. They had to be our roommate. They had to be our best friend. our travel buddy. But we haven't really been able to be like, no, this is my guy. You feel me? Like, this is my dude. This is my man. And you know, so big ups to you, Manal, you and your lady, your woman.
Yeah.
Being able to do that. When you see thoughts like this, what comes to mind? What runs through your emotions when you see shit like that?
You know, it's interesting because as you were talking, it took my mind back to Women of Brewster's Place. You remember that movie?
Oh, yes.
And I remember being a young girl watching that movie and seeing the lesbian couple and the experience that they have just moving into a neighborhood and not wanting to be outed, and a man taking advantage and raping one of the ladies just to prove that she needed a man and not a woman, you know, and some other things. This is pretty layered, but it's humbling. It reminded me why I am blessed to be in the USA.
Okay.
I have a lot of shit to say about the US. I have a lot of shit, but this one story, this one reality that people are living in 2024, where they cannot be like me and walk down the street and hold their girlfriend's hand or kiss in public or be able to even discuss moving in with each other and starting a family together, or being able to go to work and tell a funny story about the person that you love and had a great weekend with, just to exist as you. I know what that was like before I came out. I could not imagine if it would be awful. I cannot imagine if who I am and who I desire to love could get me thrown into prison and lose my life. Right. Sad doesn't even it doesn't even capture what I feel. It's a deep hurt. It's a deep hurt for people who don't have that freedom to just be who they are and love who they want to love.
Absolutely. Uncle Kai, what do you think? What runs through your mind when you see things like this?
I think I agree with Manal, is beyond sad. But for me, what's more sad is when I saw this, I first saw this on Instagram, but it was the comment section. And from my people that look like me were saying they need to bring this to the United States.
Yeah.
And then he was saying, because I lived in Chicago and I lived on the South Side. And the guy was dating, we walked down the street holding hands. One time, now we was on the North Side though. We were on our way. We had parked the car and was on our way to a Rashawn Patterson concert. So we walk in, we hold hands, but it's cold because it's cold in Chicago. And this is in the month of February, so it's cold. So we walk, and I'm like, I'm in his shoulder. We walk, and this white lady walking her dog. You're going to hell. You're going to hell. I said, well, lady, come join us because we're gonna have fun. But yeah, but like when I said, I just can't imagine not being able to do that.
Yeah,
it's against the law. I have to sneak to love what I love. Yeah, that's no way to live.
Yeah, absolutely. Another thing that makes it difficult here in America is religion. So her telling you that you're going to hell, you know.
Yeah, and the same thing over in Africa. So yeah,
right. And I want people to understand that it's not just the Black church that has this issue.
Oh no,
with the gays, the Catholic Church. So people think because they're now allowed to bless a gay union, they think that they're now endorsing gay same-sex couples. But they're doing this, you know, I like you or I love the sinner, hate the sin stuff. So they're able to bless your union, but they do not condone or endorse your union. Are you all aware of this? I think I sent this to you. Okay, yeah. So, you know, now they're kind of backtracking. At first they was like, you know, this is what it is, but now they're backtracking once they get the backlash. And I think this is where we see a lot of laws against homosexuality by people.
Yeah, who are closeted.
Right, absolutely. And I'm sorry that I was supposed to finish my statement and I just started reading. Ghetto. Okay. Wait. This is what pushes people to stay in the closet. This is why you have sometimes. So I come from the church, and like sometimes I can see men who are obviously gay, and don't play with me. Please don't play with me. Okay. How do you know he's gay? He got on acrylic. He got on a lace front wig. He got on women glasses. He got on a woman top.
And a brooch.
Right. With a brooch. Right. Right. Tight, form-fitting pants. And I'm not saying he ugly. I'm not. It's well put together. But come on, don't play with me. I was talking to a bishop who was trying to call me out and use somebody else as an example for me to fight my homosexuality. And I said, but you know they're gay. He said, they're fighting for their deliverance. And I told him, I said, do not play in my face like this again. That's just one thing I'm not willing to do. But religion will force you to do all of these antics and still deny the truth.
Yep.
Still deny the truth.
Absolutely.
Why is that? Why is it that we just can't get to a place where we can love God and love our homosexuality?
Yeah. Uncle Kai?
Because
I don't know what it is, and I'm like, what I don't understand. I don't understand hating a group of people who've done nothing to you personally.
Yeah.
I don't understand.
Yeah, absolutely.
And for it to be against the law, why is it against the law? And then why do you people want it to come over here? Why would you want that over here?
Right. And this is why we get terms like turned out. Because turned out now takes the responsibility off of me and it puts now the responsibility on you. Right? It's almost like the devil made me do it type stuff, you know. Mm-hmm. No, I did not turn you out. What happened was we got in a moment, things got thick and heavy, and instead of saying no and walking away, you gave in to your true desires.
But now you do have people who are like that, because quick story, I know somebody personally who got with another friend of ours, and we told the friend, don't do it, do not do this, because we knew it was gonna happen. They went ahead, did the do. Next morning, woke up. I'm gonna call the boy name. He done said, you made me do this. You're the devil.
See,
I am not gay. I am not gay. I'm not gay. I'm not gay. Yeah, but religion. Because of religion.
And I can absolutely, but see, I don't feel like it was me turning someone out. There were, back in my 20s when I had older women. It was mainly women in their 30s and 40s who were not out. Either they were married or, they were single and just didn't want to tell nobody what their interests were. And maybe I was their first, right? And so I do remember and enjoyed being the very first experience that some of these women had, stepping into the world and trying to explore themselves. And I don't feel like I turned them out. They already had that curiosity. They had that desire. And so I personally don't believe in being turned out.
Me either.
I don't think
you scratched that itch that they already had.
Absolutely. And happily scratched it.
Absolutely.
I'm here to be of service.
I'm an anointed by God.
Hey, holy hands. But to answer your question, Walt, I don't think that there is an answer of why, other than human nature says, I don't want to involve myself in anything that I cannot explain, anything that I do not understand, and anything that is not personal to me. And so I think it's a human issue more so than, just something that has to deal with straight versus gay. I think it's a human issue. Right. And so that's another reason why, not to beat a dead horse, but to go back to that joke from
Gerard Carmichael.
It's a matter of how Martin Luther King said, if someone isn't, and I'm about to misquote it, y'all, I'm sorry, it wasn't in my head, but injustice somewhere is injustice everywhere. right? And so I feel like once we get to the point where we are starting to like literally limit everyone's experience, what they can say, what they can do, who they can love, and we start putting these boundaries on people, and we start to criminalize just someone's life and way of being, it's only a matter of time before that energy and mindset and way of existing starts to spread. And so that's why for me, I'd rather allow somebody to just be who they are, even if they have to be who they are over there.
Yeah.
You don't have to be in my space. We don't have to agree. I don't have to like your jokes. I don't have to like who you love, but I will not take it upon myself to limit your experience, because I don't want anyone to limit mine.
Absolutely.
It's about respect. Just respect the person.
Absolutely. Well, we do thank you all for tuning in. We're winding down here. Uncle Kai, how can the people find you? Oh, right. So yeah, I know how it seemed like we just started getting into the things of the things.
Right. You can follow me on all social media, Kyrie Sinaj, TikTok, Kyrie Sinaj, and Instagram is it's _, what is it? Something. It's what is it's _Kyrie _again. And everything else is Kyrie Sinaj, yeah.
Absolutely.
But I'm mostly on TikTok. That's where you will see talk all of my shit. TikTok.
Yeah. And good shit it is. Entertaining shit, definitely. All right, Mano, how can the people connect with you on social media should they desire?
Yeah, you can find me on YouTube, on Instagram, on Facebook, Myzz Bay Windows.
Awesome. And then, of course, you can catch me on all social media platforms, Walt B Connection. I use that so much now on my things. I'm getting emails, and a lot of times they don't even email me Walter anymore. They'd be like, Walt B Connection. That's not my name, right? We definitely do want you to like, share, and subscribe to this channel. We do thank you all for tuning in. This has been an amazing conversation. Yeah. I wouldn't mind doing the one. I really want to kind of dive into the aftermath of church, healing from church. So I don't want to deal with in the church, because we'll be talking till Jesus come about that. But I really want to dive into the roadmap after church, because I was lost for a minute.
Well, we better get together. Tomorrow the 23rd. Jesus will be here on the 23rd. So, so we'll be back if we ain't caught up.
If we ain't caught up to see him.
It'll be a different aftermath conversation then.
All right. Well, we do thank you all for tuning in, and we will be back next week with more of the Walt B Connection. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we'll see you in a minute.
Yes, thank y'all for having me. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you for watching Pyro Media Network. For more information, please visit pyromedianetwork.com.